They told me hush, but I can't stay quiet. Eyes to the stars, my mind's a riot. They call me crazy, they call me wild. Alone in the sky, I'm searching high. Government lies, I won't comply. UFOs fly, and I ask why. The truth's out there, I'll find my way. No matter the cost, no matter what they say.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of From the Office podcast. My name is Ezekiel Vacuo, and today I'd like to talk about the 3-eye atlas phenomena and about content creator and what it does with the UFO community. The newest image we receive from 3-eye atlas looks like a little bit like this, and therefore 3-eye atlas is again more in the YouTube charts or YouTube trends, and you can see this image and think, wow, it's a cigar shaped or a cylindrical object that's moving through space. And this is the final proof 3-eye atlas is not a natural occurrence, it's a spaceship. So, and many content creators with the disclosure button on their chest publish such nonsense. And all the people who have nothing to do with the disclosure movement see those nut jobs who are seeing a giant UFO again, and at the end it will be nothing. I remember the Boogosphere from the very beginning, when the first videos or images of the Boogosphere were published. We said, this is nonsense, this is fraud, this is fake, and we got a lot of hate, a lot of hate emails, hate comments, the whole wave. So, and today nobody is talking about the Boogosphere anymore. I personally don't understand why Stephen Greer has fallen for it and is still publishing results that prove this is a NHI object or of NHI origin. I don't understand that. So, remote viewing is not a science like you have a labor or a study under very scientific conditions to prove if something is wrong or not, or how it is. Remote viewing has a lot to do with own experience and with the information that are given to you over the remote viewing that don't belong to your own consciousness. So you can fail in remote viewing when the part of the own consciousness is dominant in your result. Then you probably fail. But if you can consider it and reflect it after a session, and you take out the parts that belong to you, and you only view the stuff and the facts that are shown you from another consciousness, then you are a good remote viewer. And I don't say that I'm a good remote viewer, but very often I was right. On August 11th, I published.
Hello, and welcome to this short
video
message.
about
Today we're addressing a topic that has
3i
generated
Atlas.
considerable discussion, the recently
Let's
observed
listen.
object, often referred to as 3i Atlas. We've been closely examining this phenomenon through remote viewing sessions. As many of you are aware, Harvard professor Avi Loeb has proposed that this object might be of intelligent origin. However, our recent investigations have yielded unexpected results. These findings require careful consideration because any data gleaned from the Hall of Memories must inherently contain a degree of pre-existing thought or imprint. Through multiple viewing sessions, we've been able to observe this object with considerable detail. We've created sketches and subsequently utilized artificial intelligence to generate a photographic representation, which we will now describe for you. Let's begin by looking at the initial sketch produced shortly after the viewing session. Notice the protrusion in the upper right quadrant, a sort of appendix or appendage. It's immediately apparent that this object isn't spherical and lacks a clear central axis. Its rotation is irregular. The entire surface appears heavily coated with dust. The composition itself seems to be primarily nickel iron, containing substantial internal cavities. Essentially, a skeletal structure composed of multiple chambers. Within these chambers lies frozen hydrogen. This massive object, estimated to be several kilometers in size, rotates erratically through space. Its trajectory is not controlled. We have also created a rendering illustrating the internal structure. The dark areas represent the nickel-iron composition. A significant gravitational pull draws dust and particulate matter to its surface. There are what appear to be pores, rather than distinct openings, through which hydrogen escapes in small quantities. The aforementioned appendix is more clearly visible in the photographic reconstruction. Our findings indicate that this object does not originate from intelligent design. It appears to be a naturally occurring...
Okay. I said, as a result from the remote viewing, that the main component of the object is nickel. Over a month later, they analyzed the cloud around the object that was emitted, and they found out the main component is nickel. So I was right till now, and I barely change my mind. If I come out with a result of a remote viewing for an object or for a situation or whatever, I stick to it, because after the session, I have a reflection for the facts I collected and look up what's my own consciousness, what is put into my consciousness during the session, and that's what's relevant. So I barely change my mind. So I do now. For me, a 3i Atlas is still a natural object, an interstellar object. The main component is nickel, and it looks like this. That's what I've seen, and I hope that we one day will have a much more clear image of what it looks like. But it doesn't look like this. And if you see content creators who publish and say, this is a spaceship, that's the final proof, it's cigar-shaped, that's nonsense. That's just a photographic technique. So I know, meanwhile, I'm a kind of Grinch in the in the UFO movement, because I said from the beginning, the biggest fear is fake and fraud. I said the three-eye atlas is a natural occurring at the time when everybody was saying this is a spaceship. So there's this guy, I don't know, I think it's in the United States. He has found some cylindric, shiny silver object, like 2 or 3 foot long. And he's saying it comes from outer space, and he has burned his hands, and there are some symbols at the rounded ends. And yes, I did a viewing, and it's fake. So this also is fake. And some of you might hate me for it because I'm saying everything is fake. I'm not saying everything is fake. If you go through my my videos, you will see not everything that occurs is fake. But if you are a content creator and fight for disclosure, then you have a responsibility. See, our channel is growing very, very slow. So we just have, I think, about 170 subscribers. And that's why I'm not using clickbait, or I'm not publishing news about things that aren't exist. Or in my opinion, didn't exist. I think the content creator who publish those videos and get clicks on their videos and subscribers know very well this is a photo technical problem, that this is shown as a long object. I'm pretty sure they know, but they sell it, and it's finding their its customers. So people click it and people like it, and I think the longing deep in us is so strong that we look for the final evidence for disclosure. But that's not the way to disclosure. That's the way to ridicule all the movement, because at the end, everyone is pointing to us and saying, you guys thought the boogosphere, this shiny ball in Colombia, was a UFO, and it's just a fraud from XYZ. So I think we have a responsibility as content creator who want the disclosure, and therefore we have to do content very carefully. And I know remote viewing is not a science with an exact evidence. So I'm very carefully, but if you go and publish stuff about things they aren't like that, that's kind of exhausting and sobering. For me, this is the real three-eye atlas. And as I said, I hope we will see it one day. And I would like to have my channel growing much faster, but I know the people who subscribe to my channel are very critical, and they stay longer than anybody else. because if someone subscribes to my channel, they know what they're going into. And I can tell you, to have a YouTube channel and make remote viewing, it's not that easy if you cover a lot of topics. After our Ark of the Covenant video and after the remote viewing of Yeshua, of Jesus, I got so much hate mail, and I was threatened, and that's in my last video I told you the project has split because they don't want to go in the public with the YouTube with YouTube videos or social media, and the main reason is because of the backlash we received, or I received, for some of the viewings. They are at my age, and they said we don't need it. They have jobs, and they, like me, we have a living. We have something to make our living, and I wouldn't need to go online to produce videos from my viewings. So this is some sort of it's sobering, that people cannot publish their opinion without being threatened. I told about it in my last video, that we have lost the ability to discuss or to listen to others. And I hope the channel will grow, because I really put a lot of time into this, and that's what was the reason why we went online or in social media after over 20 years. I hope it will work out, and this kind of content, my channel finds a way to be more successful, to be heard. We had it in our Skinwalker Ranch video. A lot of people heard about it. A lot of people who are accounting heard about it. Some multiplicators, like the press, the media, and that's very important. But if we go out and produce knowingly fake news, that will not work for our movement. So I hope people will be aware of it and stop posting BS over stuff they know better, just to generate clicks or subscribers. It's a long road. It's a long, rocky road to set up and build a YouTube channel. And for me, I hope one day it really pays out. Not monetary, but in a way that there is a success to create an opinion, to form an opinion. Yes, with that in mind, I'm gonna leave you today, and I hope I see you next time. May peace be with you. Bye-bye.